A rhythmic thumping echoed through the void. Thump, 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 thump. It was a heartbeat fading into silence.
Daniel screamed, "Nunnu!" as a final flash of purple lightning exposed the jagged edge of a collapsing world. His face was streaked with dust and tears. He whispered, "Nunnu, please," into the encroaching gray. Two purple eyes ignited in the shadows. A sharp, piercing bark shattered the silence. The heart crystal was gone, and the world was draining of all color. Daniel raised his lantern, the flames struggling against the thick, unnatural mist. Nunnu stood ahead, nose pressed to the cold stone, ears twitching at the slightest vibration. Tiny Mouse clung tightly to Daniel's shoulder. Nunnu caught the scent, a sharp, metallic tang that did not belong in this place. He barked once, a short, command-like sound, and bolted forward. They pushed through a narrow fissure, stumbling as the ground shifted beneath them. They emerged into a colossal cavern, the air heavy and still. Thousands of blue and silver crystals lined the walls, though many were turning gray. Nunnu did not hesitate. He lunged toward the dark path ahead, leading them deeper into the heart of the mountain. The cavern walls erupted in light as their lantern hit the quartz. Thousands of blue and silver shards mirrored the surroundings, turning the space into a labyrinth of illusions. Nunnu stopped, his ears flicking in every direction. His reflection bounced off the jagged surfaces, multiplying until 20 identical shapes stared back.
Tiny Mouse gasped, clutching Daniel's collar as the duplicates shifted with every movement.
Daniel squinted, trying to isolate the real path. Then, a dark shape flickered in the distance. A cloaked figure moved with unnatural speed, the heart crystal pulsing with a faint, rhythmic glow beneath its robe. Nunnu barked at the image, but the sound bounced off the crystals, creating an echo that masked their true location. The thief turned a corner into a narrow, winding tunnel. Daniel sprinted, his boots sliding on the slick stone floor. They entered the corridor, the walls narrowing until they could touch both sides simultaneously. The scent of ozone and shadow grew stronger. They pushed harder, scrambling over loose debris, eyes locked on the rhythmic pulse of the crystal ahead. The tunnel twisted sharply, pulling them deeper into the mountain's throat. Every turn brought another set of jagged walls, another maze of light and shadow, but they did not slow down. The mountain groaned. A deep tectonic vibration shuddered through the floor, knocking Daniel to his knees. Above them, a massive crystal spine snapped, sending a cascade of debris crashing into the tunnel behind them. "Run!" Daniel shouted, shoving Tiny Mouse into his pocket. They sprinted, boots skidding on loose gravel as the ceiling began to disintegrate. Ahead, a narrow stone bridge spanned a silent, bottomless chasm. They surged toward it. Daniel leaped, clearing the gap, but the bridge was already failing. Nunnu bounded across, his hind paws striking the center just as the stone fractured. The platform tilted violently. Nunnu slipped, his claws scrabbling against the slick surface, and slid toward the void. He dangled by his front paws, eyes wide, breath hitching. The abyss pulled at him with a cold, hollow draft. Daniel did not think. He lunged, belly down on the ledge, and hooked his fingers into the collar. He hauled back, muscles screaming, his heels locked against a jagged protrusion. He yanked hard, dragging Nunnu onto the solid rock just as the bridge crumbled into dust. They lay there for a second, chests heaving, listening to the debris hit the darkness below. Then, Daniel stood up. The path forward was gone, but the thief was cornered. They cornered the figure in a vast, circular chamber. The thief stopped, turned, and dropped the heart crystal onto a central pedestal. Before Daniel could reach him, the figure dissolved into a swirl of black mist, leaving nothing behind but the cold, flickering stone.
The chamber floor looked like a spiderweb of cracks. The stone groaned, shifting under Daniel's weight. He took one step and the floor dropped an inch.
He stopped, pulse thumping in his ears, and looked at the pedestal. It was too far for him to risk.
He knelt, gripping the edge of the stable rock, and looked at the dog. "Nunnu, you can do this."
Nunnu stepped onto the shifting rubble. He moved with delicate, measured precision, his paws finding balance where stone met air. He reached the center. He leaned forward, nose touching the cold surface of the heart crystal.
Silence held the world for a heartbeat. Then, whoom! A golden shockwave erupted from the pedestal, tearing through the cave. Light flooded the darkness. Gray vines on the walls turned vibrant green. Dried waterfalls roared back to life, cascading down the cavern sides. Outside, the valley bloomed in a sudden, violent burst of color. The pulse of the earth returned, steady and strong. The valley hummed with new life as they returned home. Daniel dropped his heavy bag by the door, and Tiny Mouse immediately curled up on the couch, exhausted. Nunnu wasted no time, diving straight for the snack bowl.
Daniel laughed, turning to his phone to type a quick message with a secret smile. When Nunnu trotted over, Daniel tilted the screen away. "No looking," he whispered, scratching behind the dog's ears. "The next adventure will be closer to home."
The following morning, the quiet shattered. Daniel crept through the hallway, clutching a mysterious wooden box against his chest.
Nunnu woke instantly, his head snapping up, eyes narrowing at the package. Daniel bolted, sprinting toward the garden. Nunnu barked and scrambled after him, claws clicking on the floor, while Tiny Mouse tumbled off the couch to join the race. The house erupted in motion. The adventure was not over. It had only just begun. Luckily, everyone is back home safer, but something is going on in Daniel's mind. Stay connected to find it out in the next episode. Episode 9. What surprise is Daniel planning for Nunnu? Who knows? Tell us your thoughts in the comment box, what it could be. If you are loving Nunnu's content and adventures, please do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Also, turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content.